My name is Taylor Brown.
My name is Brittany Rankin.
My name is Aiden.
My name is Lion Deshawn.
My name is Livia Lumnela Castro.
Makeda Brown.
My name is Turner Cade.
My name is Serenity Fernandez.
My name is Sebastian Schul.
My name is Colin Schramm, and I am 18 years old, and I'm currently at SWA.
My name is Michael Whitlock.
My name is Mia Jackson.
Ashlyn Craig.
My name is Hunter Ewert.
My name is Alyssa Torrey.
My name is Giovanni Stephen Keith Thomas.
Out of your K-12 education, what learning experience has been the most meaningful and why?
The most meaningful experience for me would probably be middle school, because I just grew up the most in middle school and had a lot of fun.
Math, I'd say I had a lot of struggle in math, and that was one of my biggest achievements at the end of my senior year, is accomplishing that and passing my math test.
I'd have to say the most meaningful probably have to be taking my graphic design classes here, because it's shown me something that I'm actually good at, and it's something I could do for a career.
For me, it's been my history classes with Mr. Eager and my CWP class with Mr. Eager. With Mr. Hodson. Both of them gave me a very strong perspective on life and changed my views based on evidence and based on critical thinking. And instead of a lot of times, in school you wind up learning about things and learning to take tests. Instead, they teach you how to think, and I think that that's the most valuable skill that I could have learned here in high school.
Out of my K-12 education, my experience in 9th grade with underwater robotics has by far been the most important to me.
Honestly, probably just the transfer from the high school to SWA. I feel like I've been able to further my education so much more, and the support's just been a lot better, at least in my case, so.
Well, just probably for me, just being able to come to school and being able to experience school, because I know that a lot of kids don't have the opportunity to go to school and stuff. So I'm just kind of happy just being able to come to school.
Most meaningful, probably learning personal finance, because in personal finance, granted it wasn't from this school personally, but in all classes in general, I was able to learn how to do taxes and be able to actually life. So that one probably.
The most meaningful learning experience I've had through the K through 12 is probably my high school, because that's when I learned the most and found the most knowledge I can get out of all the classes. And I found that through the high school classes, I can relate the classes to what I want to do.
I would have to say Snow Isle. Snow Isle really improved my sight on things. It's showed me how to think of school as a job, really. Kind of involves you more hands-on. I haven't really had a course like that until now.
I would have to say, honestly, just learning to be yourself around other people. Just because there's a lot of people out there that basically just think you're a very specific way, but you can actually prove them wrong and tell them you are your own person.
I really enjoyed taking art classes. I just thought it helped me express my creativity, and I had a lot of fun in art. I took 3 years during high school, so it was fun.
Probably switching to SWA, because I got to enjoy learning a lot more, and it wasn't so much as work and necessary, and it made it a lot more fun and easier for me.
Learning-wise, I would say probably my Snow Isle experience. So that would be aerospace engineering. That was pretty fun.
Probably learning how to read. I really enjoy reading, and it's kind of an escape.
When we learned about ancient Egypt in Miss Tormey's class.
What has SWA meant to you, and how has it helped you compared to the high school?
SWA has meant, I've only been in SWA for 1 year. It's been my senior year, so it's meant a lot because it's helping me graduate, unlike the high school did.
SWA meant a lot to me. It's helped me a lot. It's more one-on-one with the students, more so than having a bunch of students in a classroom. So it's more one-on-one time with the students. So it's more helpful, I think.
I can't really compare it to the regular high schools that I never went there, but SWA's really meant just like something that's fun. This school never really was fun for me, but this is. And it's really just something cool that I discovered, and now I'm here.
Well, for me, I came to the high school, or started out here at South Whidbey in the high school, and wound up not being able to graduate if it weren't for SWA. I slacked off most of my high school career, and SWA was like my saving grace. Now I'm able to be in a fashion class at Snow Isle Tech and continue to thrive here at SWA and be able to actually graduate and make my future possible.
SWA has helped me become a more independent learner and also be able to take charge of my own education in a more personal and valuable way.
There's a lot more support. I feel like there's a lot more people that are willing to be there for you and just help you along your way, like whether that's furthering your education or just helping getting through classes or what you're going to do after. I feel like Charlie and all the staff has just been really great at helping and supporting everyone.
SWA has helped me in a lot of ways, like as just like it's more independent. Like I felt more independent. Like learning style wasn't really like in a classroom, just like taking notes the whole time. You know, I was just kind of I had more choices and stuff.
SWA means a lot to me because without SWA I probably wouldn't have gotten my high school diploma because I was pregnant when I came back to school, and if it weren't for SWA I probably wouldn't have gotten my education.
SWA has meant to me that I can take more classes I would like, and like I didn't have to take an extra math class, or I couldn't be able to if I went through the high school, but I did through SWA, so I'm in Algebra 2, and I just feel like I've learned a lot more through the SWA program than the high school.
SWA's not as crowded. It has more one-on-one with the teacher and student. There's more interaction. There's less, personally I've seen less bullying, and all around it's just nicer people.
I would say it's more of like a fresh start, if anything, for kids who have honestly like not done a whole lot, like not done so well in school, like their school years. Me personally, I just can't do schoolwork, like paperwork. It's something that I can't wrap my head around. So it gave me a chance to move on to something that I could actually wrap my head around and keep focused on.
SWA has meant a lot to me throughout the year that I've been doing it, because I feel like you learn on a more like individual basis and you get a lot more help, and you're just like part of a team, and SWA has been really helpful with that.
The high school, I feel like it was a lot more like learn and memorize, but with SWA they really work with you, and it's just so much more like one-on-one, and you get a lot more support, and everybody's trying to get you to do your best rather than get you out.
Well, I've only been in it for 2 years, so can't say it's done too much, but helped me kind of graduate on time.
SWA has helped me because, I mean, I'm graduating on time. I came from Enumclaw, so the graduating, like the credits that you needed to graduate was 24, whereas at the high school it was 32, so I would have had to take an extra year of high school anyways, even with passing all my classes. So being put into the SWA program has made it so that I can graduate on time.
If I went to the high school, I wouldn't graduate. But I've also been going here for 5 minutes. So it's, I don't know, it's chill. I like it better.
What are your future plans?
My future plans are I'm going to be going to community college for 2 years to transfer to a 4-year university to get my bachelor's degree in physical education with an extension in special education.
I plan on going to Skagit Valley for a couple years and then hopefully transferring to a university for a cosmetology program or something like that.
Those are kind of up in the air right now because there's so many possibilities of where I could end up after this year that it's impossible to really tell.
I plan on continuing the job I have right now. I have an apartment set up to buy or to rent in a month. We'll be moving in. And for me, I want to continue in fashion, start my clothing brand. It's called Whidbey. It's a men's line or men's clothing, specifically meant to be practical, using good textiles, kind of in the upper end of clothing, kind of near the $50 to $100 range.
My future plans are to go to college at Western in the fall.
I graduated in January, so right now I actually just started a web design and like app development program. So that's going to be 8 months, and I'm moving to Arizona with my boyfriend in September.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. I'm kind of the go with the flow kind of person, so I'm just going to go with the flow of things and just probably get a job somewhere and just work my way up and just probably do other stuff.
Future plans, I plan on raising my son the best I can, and I plan to go to college for becoming a professional beautician so that I can work at home and make money and take care of my kid. But I just plan to progress, really.
My future plans is I'm going to Arizona and taking a technical college down there. It's called Universal Technical Institute, and I'll be there for 8 months taking their welding program.
My future plans are to currently look for a college and save up enough money to go to college. But my first thing that I really just want to do is just get settled out there, at least for a year, get my own apartment near campus or anything. Something just to get me going.
Going to Everett Community College to learn robotics.
At the end of the summer, I'm moving down to San Francisco, and I'm hoping to continue with fashion merchandising programs. Probably community college is my next step.
Well, I graduated in January, so since then I've been working, and my current idea is I want to find an interior design program, but as of right now it's just work.
Right now I'm gonna go down to Oregon and fight wildfires and then see where that takes me.
I plan to go to Green River Community College to train as an EMT.
I'm gonna probably have I'm gonna own an island on the coast of Australia.
Is there a family member, a staff member, or someone in the community that you'd like to thank? Not really.
Definitely Charlie Davies. Love to thank Charlie Davies and Miss Ricketts, Nancy Ricketts, for sure.
I would like to thank my parents and also my girlfriend Destiny for pushing me to do work and stuff, because I was doing very bad in school until about my junior year, and I started getting my stuff together and doing everything.
I'd like to thank Charlie for trying to keep me under control most of the time, even though he doesn't really succeed most of the time.
Well, I'd definitely like to thank Charlie and Christine. They've been nothing but helpful to me and always watching out and looking out for me. I said the same thing like 3 times. And once again, Mr. Eager, Mr. Hodson, they were a tremendous help to me. And Miss Manning, of course, for being a homie and always being a good person to talk to. Yeah, I'd say that's it.
My mom, she's always been so helpful and just supportive of everything that I've ever wanted to do, so that would definitely be, she's probably my biggest support and inspiration.
I would just like to thank all my teachers and just everyone at the high school and just pretty much everyone.
I'd like to thank Charlie and also my mom, because if it weren't for my mom, I wouldn't be here where I am today, and if it weren't for Charlie, I probably wouldn't have gotten my education. So.
I'd like to thank Mr. Davis, because he's really helped me through my high school ever since sophomore year, and he's pushed me to go the extra mile, and so thank you.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad. They've been really supportive through this whole process, even though I've sometimes let them down. by not doing my work or just flat out not even caring at some points. They just stuck with me, and I really appreciate that.
I'd like to thank my mother and Mr. Barrett, because both of them have told me for years, just apply yourself. Do what you think you can do.
Yes, I would like to thank Mr. Davies. I'd like to thank Mr. Patton, Mr. Lagerstad, all the teachers, everybody that's helped me out over the past few years. I'd like to thank my dog, Brody, and Carolee Bergsma. Shout out to Carolee.
My boyfriend for always being there for me and kicking my butt when he needs to, and then Charlie and Andy for kicking my butt even when they don't need to, because they definitely got me graduated, that's for sure.
Not specifically, I would just say all my family, and then, yeah, friends.
I'd like to thank my Nana Marcia and my Papa Harry for always being there for me, and they've always just wanted the best for me, and they've supported me through a lot.
Shane, janitor, is chill. Charlie's cool. Charlie's hella cool. And Turner.
Is there any advice you'd like to pass on to future students?
No.
Just to pay attention in class and get your work done.
Do your work when it needs to be done. Don't procrastinate, because that's what I did and I regret doing that, so.
Get your credits done before senior year, just so you get to not do anything senior year, like I do.
Yeah, try and think critically about what you're doing, and realize that school, even if you don't like what you're learning, you're actually setting up your future for what people are going to perceive you as. With your GPA, it just shows you the hard work that you're doing, and I wish I'd have thought about that earlier. And to have fun, you know. The other thing is not to worry too much. You're in high school, and not to worry outside of high school in a sense too, you know. On top of that, it's critical thinking is the biggest thing that I could pass on to students is, you know, be respectful to your teachers. Think about your future, how much money you want to make now. Think about think about the ignorance that you have, you know, and try and hear the viewpoints of others rather than shooting it down. Even if it feels like you have the perfect viewpoint, you don't, and it's best to hear what other people have to say, even if it doesn't sound good or if it's hard to hear.
Go to school. Don't skip. Don't date anybody. Please, just work hard.
Honestly, just get your work done and keep at it no matter how hard it seems. It's gonna end eventually, and you might as well just get it over with now instead of prolonging it.
Don't stay in school.
I would like to pass on, just keep pushing and just get stuff done and get as much knowledge as you can through the high school.
Just come to school with an open mind. If it's closed, you're not going to have anything good to really remember. That's just my feeling. You just have to be open to it.
Don't like try to be part of like the group. Try to stand out, do your own thing, and learn every experience you possibly can to better yourself.
Take advantage of the help that's given to you through SWA, because you won't get that much help and like drive and encouragement from everywhere. So it's good to take advantage of it and appreciate the people that help you out through this program.
Do your work, because if you don't, then you're not going to graduate, and that's really just what's important, is you get it done and communicate with your teachers, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Don't skip class.
Definitely do your homework.
Even though it kind of sucks sometimes and you don't want to do school, just get it done. It's 5 minutes of pain for a lifetime of happiness, really, is how I have to view it. I mean, I got through the packets in 2.5 weeks, and I got the things I needed to get done, and I'm able to walk down the aisle and get my diploma and start my life, really.
to, I would shake your hand, but I'm not going to. Here, I don't want you to
Okay.
drop the baby.
I'm not gonna drop the baby.
Okay, good.